All right, I think we're live.
Okay, cool. I don't even know how to use StreamYard anymore. It's been so long.
It's been a long time since we've done a live stream.
Was
So,
it a year?
uh,
Maybe.
might have been a year. I don't think it's been quite a year long
Oh
since we've done
dang!
a
I
live
didn't
stream.
realize I was on the private chat. Now I open up the comments. It's just going crazy.
Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of comments in there.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Hello, Irma. Hello, Lexi O. Comic book reader, Diego, Donald, the fifth of Jack. What's up? Kyle. How's everybody doing today?
And Top Gun.
ASMR guy.
ASMR guy. Where's David? David will show up eventually. You know
He'll be
him.
around.
He's always late unless he passed out. I'm not sure.
Is David joining the chat, or is he going to join on video?
He said he's gonna join on a live stream, but we've been working from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. like for the last 2 days.
Yeah, you guys have been David's been actually having to work.
Yeah, that's a surprise, right? So like he said yesterday, as soon as they got home, took a shower, they were gone. And he just woke up, legs, and everything's on fire because we had to lift so much boxes the entire day.
Oof. Yeah, I suppose you're not just like grabbing books here and there. You're grabbing sopping wet boxes.
Yeah, and they get really. I didn't think how heavy they were. Even just the cardboard by itself is just so heavy.
Oh yeah, once it gets all soaked, it's just ugh. And it's just like flopping around. All the big that's gotta suck.
Yeah, it was a crazy. Mid using a filter tree. Yeah, well, dude,
it's not a filter tree.
Yeah,
I can interact.
We were supposed to put our tree up today. I mean, this year, but it's been too busy.
Didn't happen.
Yeah. Whatnot? I don't know. I don't know. We've been really busy, and we had to wait for insurance claims too. So it may take a while for the insurance claims to happen.
All right, so let's we got 66 people watching. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's people.
Actually, YouTube says 69, so that's pretty dank. So, okay, so what happened? Just kind of start a little bit, relive it. I don't know if it's too much for you right now.
So basically, I woke up at 9:40 a.m. to
What day?
To 16 missed calls on Monday. Basically, yesterday, 16 missed calls. Right. I was like, oh, it must be spam calls or David just trying to, talk to me for no reason because he's silly like that. And then I was looking at the work group chat because we have a work group chat. And then at 7 a.m., they were like, hey, guys, it's flooded in here. And then, they will send a bunch of videos. Like, as soon as you open the door, you can see all the water just pouring out. Like,
oh my gosh.
You see, like, books, like cardboard boxes floating around in the water and stuff like that. And then, they said the biggest thing they had to do was go to the back and open up the dock. That way, all the water just flows out because that's where all the water was coming from because we have our pipes at where all the dock is.
Yeah, I saw you had the video and it was just like it wasn't even like one.
Yeah, it was just
leak
everywhere.
In the pipe. It was like a whole bunch of small leaks, like just spraying out all over.
Yeah, so it was spraying out everywhere, and then one of our her name is Joanne. She had to hold the dock up, and the water would literally just fall on top of her because you had to hold it up until that way it doesn't flood the place even more. That way, when the dock door comes down, I mean, when you hold up the dock doors, the water will flow out into the ramp.
Oh my gosh!
If you don't do that, then it'll flow into the warehouse. So she was just standing there getting drenched the entire time, taking it like a champ, while we called the fire department to turn off the water.
Oh, you had to call to turn off the fires. Yeah. Was it like the fire system pipe? Is that what it was?
They said it was like the supply line or something like that, right? And they said like no matter all the precautions that we took, it would have popped or bursted anyways because it's where the dock area is. There's no insulation there, and like all it was just so cold where it just broke.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah, and And then they texted all that stuff in the group chat, and I just woke up and looked at it. And all I said was HM. Okay. And they thought I was going crazy or something, but I was like, you don't really know what to react to that when you just wake up and know that your place is all flooded.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, so that was a pretty crazy thing. And then, the first thing we had to do was just send out an email, let everybody know what's going on. And then all these people reaching out saying, condolences and stuff like that. And my boy Michael, he's one of our local guys, a very cool guy. He's into water restoration, so he knows how to take water out of warehouses and stuff like that. So what he did was he hit us up saying, hey, let me help you guys out. We went to his warehouse. That was
that's the video I was looking for.
Yeah, that was maybe 30 minutes ago. We were able to get so many fans and stuff like that to get all the water out. You see on the left when you see that video, that was Joe right there. So she's the trooper.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, so we literally had to hold the dock door open the entire time. That way the water won't fall down anymore until the water runs out.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Ugh. All right, so you're able to get all those fans and stuff.
Yeah, we were able to get all the fans and humidifiers and stuff like that. We let it run last night, and we're letting it run again today. So hopefully by tomorrow we're able to go back to normal. We're still sending out shipments every single day, but it's just going to be a little bit slower because we had to work around all the mess that we have. And we received 6 pallets a day of shipments.
So you got 6
what
pallets
you needed.
Yeah, so we got 6 pallets in. And I was like, man, fuck, leave this outside for the whole day. We gotta clear all the stuff outside first.
Can't be any wetter outside at that point.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah,
dude. Yeah, you can see right, on that pallet, the water.
Yeah, so that's all the trash that we had to throw out today because we already have Avengers Music Volume 1 that came in that's ready for next week. We have all the DC books like Sleeper, Gotham Central, Justice League. I don't know what else. Justice League Dark, Road to No Man's Land, all that stuff.
Jeez.
But yeah, so there was just no room to put anything in today.
Yeah. It's just,
So what do you do with all the damaged stuff that you have for insurance purposes? What do you?
So we have to take pictures, wait for a what's his name? A person that comes by, adjuster. Yeah. Have to wait for an adjuster to come by and look at it. So we literally have to keep all the wet stuff inside. I would leave it outside, but there's a lot of omnibuses and stuff like that. If somebody's gonna drive by, hey, let me grab all this stuff, even though it's wet.
Yeah.
We had some guy that came by because we had all the singles you sold me. All the singles you sold me along with your friend, all that got extra wet too because it was right underneath the pipe. Some guy was just sitting outside going through all the singles trying to salvage what was available. I was like, yeah, man, go have fun with it.
God.
Yeah, it was a crazy time. But yeah, we just had to hold on to the inventory and wait for a adjuster to come by and approve our claim. So all that stuff right there.
This is the part that really hurts me right there in that video.
The Love and Rockets.
Those are expensive. That's a lot. Jeez.
Luckily, no statues were soaked because I don't keep statues in this warehouse.
Yeah. Well, those probably would have fared better than the books.
Oh, yeah. Probably because they're not on the floor. Video equipment, surprisingly, we had a lot of electrical on the floor and it was drenched.
Ooh.
But I guess the power went out, or I don't know. But nothing caught on fire. You're able to unplug everything. That's fine.
That's good. There's no fire. So,
yeah.
Oh, man, that's crazy. So how long did it take them to turn the water off?
So I wasn't there when it was happening, but they said they called them and they came in 10 minutes and turned the water off. And then since it's a mall strip, right? Whatever, strip mall kind of. So a lot of the other tenants was like, we need the water back. One of the guy was a painter too, so they need water to do their paint stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So we didn't have the water turned on until 7 p.m. yesterday.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it was wild because there was a lot of calls. One of my guys said there was like 320 calls since yesterday just to fix stuff because of what happened with the freeze.
Jeez.
Yeah, well,
yeah. So those red and white books in that palette, those were the box set for Love and Rockets.
Yeah, and
So.
Fetty. Yeah, we had a FedEx guy. I mean, a UPS guy that came by today. I was like, yeah, bro, we got flooded. And he was like, man, I went to so many businesses, and all they said that they got flooded too. I was like, okay, well, it's not just me. I'd rather not happen to me though.
Yeah.
well, I mean, it's I live in North Carolina. I mean, there's only so much. I mean, we went down to 9 degrees.
Yeah.
On Friday into Saturday, and
Yeah.
so I mean, to your point, in Texas, they're not gonna winterize pipes to a point where it's going to be a common thing to combat those. I mean, at a certain point, like you said, it's just not going to matter what you try to do.
Yeah. Yeah, and they I talked to my guy. I said that it was like very thin, frail copper wire, like piping for that. So with no insulation or anything outside of the dock, I was like, "There's not much you can do about that."
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Just like wrap all the pipes before?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm up in the Pacific Northwest, up in Seattle area, and it got to like mid-20s, which is, I mean, still freezing.
I was really surprised because it's so far up north.
Mm-hmm.
That was only mid-20s for you.
We don't get, I mean, if you go over the mountains to the east side of Washington State, it gets a lot colder, a lot more snow. Once you get up into the mountains and then go back down. But on the west side of the state, it's with the ocean and the Pacific and the Puget Sound coming in. It's just not a lot of snow that we get here. So it doesn't get super cold usually. But I mean, our roads were like completely covered in about nearly a half inch of ice. So I posted a video on Facebook. I was able to roll down my car window, and it was still a big sheet of ice, and I like punched through it and was like, "Merry Christmas!" But,
we saw that video.
Yeah. So I mean, we got some good ice here, which was crazy, but it didn't even get nearly as cold as. Doesn't sound like it sounds like you guys got hit harder.
We had rolling blackouts going on.
Oh, really?
I had flickering lights earlier, but now it's done.
Yeah, I was really
that's like a first for our area, and we just were on the edge of being considered for a rolling blackout. Luckily, thank goodness, we didn't lose power on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. So,
yeah, I was really surprised that we didn't lose power this year, but I guess they were prepared for that 1 month of like 9 days of outage in Texas last year.
Yeah.
And yeah, to Betty's question, so this happened Christmas Day. I think it happened on Thursday night or Friday when it hit like single-digit degrees. So it was like literally flooding for the entire weekend.
Yeah. So it's like Christmas Eve and maybe even the 23rd, 24th, 25th, and then you came in on the 26th and it was flooded.
Yeah, because my guy was like, you can tell water been sitting here for so long with how the walls bubbled up and stuff like that.
Oof.
I was like, oh, okay. Got BJ kicked here.
Oh, next image, Maginot. Yeah, I'm south of Seattle, but I think 22 might have been the lowest I saw it get around there, low 20s. But usually it was hovering like mid to high 20s. So, what's going on, BJ?
Yeah, but moving forward, we're kind of back to normal. We can start shipping everything out. So what happened was anything on the floor that got wet, you know how we stack cases up really high. So we have more than enough for everything. It's just every case on the bottom on the floor got wet. So there's that we had to put away.
So you still have inventory to ship out from like pre-orders and
we still have that. The only problem is just Omnibus because it was right underneath the
just took it all.
Yeah, took it all. So
because it was getting wet from the top and then going down.
Yeah,
because the water coming up and.
Yeah, because we left it at the dock because we received 400 of each. We're like, we're just gonna leave it here and then just grab it when we need it. and it was selling pretty well. We were doing like maybe 20, 30 a day for a while.
So are there going to be pre-orders canceled from that?
No, because we could restock it next week. So I'm gonna
Okay.
place another order today, today for some stuff.
Okay.
And we could restock it within a week, and it doesn't take too long.
So other orders, are you probably not many orders that aren't going to be able to be fulfilled because of it, or don't even know yet?
We can fulfill majority of people's orders. It's just we don't know where to find it right now.
Oh, because everything's just shifted around.
Yeah, our stuff is everywhere, but we organize it well. It's just not what we're used to. Everything is stacked up, and we're in with its books, right? So all the Captain America, whatever, Rick Remender is all together. All their books are together. It's just we got to look around and see where we place them.
So to your point, that's why it's going to be not just slower in the sense of how you're going to find the stuff. It just not your normal flow.
Yeah, it's not our packing flow is the same. It's just our pulling flow. We just have to walk around and just figure out where everything is. Kingdom Black will be restocked probably next week, Johnny. But yeah, our only thing is just trying to find everything, and we still have 2 pallets of stuff that's just stacked really high, just scattered things, because we were just trying to get everything out of the water as much as possible. But the majority of everything is already put back in place, organized, and we have a plastic shelf that we put everything on top. So in case it ever floods again, we have a how much do you think, Dave? Like a 3-inch gap? Yeah, we have about a 3-inch gap. So if it does flood, nothing will get wet this time around.
How high did the water get? Do you think I
think it got around like 2 inches.
Okay.
That seems about right. Was there any kind of drainage that it could go out of, or was it just standing water basically?
It was just standing water because it was coming out the windows and the door and everything. It was leaking into our other tenants as well. So yeah, there was not really any drainage at all.
Ooh. Well, I don't think you're gonna go without a few days at the office again for a while.
Yeah.
Just like swinging by.
Yeah, for sure, man. And it's funny because David and his family is going on vacation on Thursday, so tomorrow's the last day I'm gonna have them until next week. Yeah, because the plan was the beginning of this week was just for them to work on Monday, and because we could finish everything up on Monday really quickly, and then that happened. I was like, oh shoot,
Yeah, you're working until you leave.
Yeah. Because their whole family is like 5 hours away at like a little getaway beach house area thing. So I was trying to get them out of there sooner, but this happened. But they tanked it out though. I didn't ask them to stay, but they stayed for 12 full hours yesterday. Another full 10 hours a day. So they're troopers. They're committed to the cause.
Yeah, that's
you got great people, David. You got great people.
Yeah, like everybody was there, and yeah, that was really nice of everybody, because I never asked anybody to ever stay later than they need to be, but they still hang out.
So JP, people always want to ask what the next thing is, in the sense of like supporting you, as you come out of this, as you basically said, you got inventory still, you've gotten pre-orders coming in, shipping's going to start back.
Yeah.
To some, as you said, you got some orders out today too. What can people do to support?
I would never really ask people to give me money, as to donate or anything, because I just feel bad for it. But if you could place pre-orders and stuff like that, that'd be great, because it can help us float our inventory and our costs. Because I always like to, if people give me money or something, I want to give them a service or a good, not just take money from others. So that's what can help if you want to place some pre-orders from stuff that's not even coming out for 6 months. That still helps, because the money that you use pre-orders, we could use it to recover our losses and stuff like that, and just carry over and over until we're in a good spot.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think Kevin made a GoFundMe recently for us. I think he raised maybe like a few $100s. That's the last time I saw it. So that was really cool too.
So now you wait on the insurance adjuster to come and see what happens with that.
Yeah, we're just waiting on the insurance adjusters. But hopefully we can get our full amount. If not, it's okay. Whatever. We move forward. No, whatever happens.
I mean, the good thing is, in the sense of pre-orders, I mean, you had one heck of a FOC drop, a couple days ago. I mean, that was, of all the times that people haven't pre-ordered yet, I mean, this is a huge FOC.
Yeah, so definitely this FOC, if you see something and you haven't bought it yet, you should. That'll help out a lot. But yeah, this FOC was great. I'm estimating that our total damages is around like $50,000 to $75,000 worth of damage that happened, because that entire pallet of an Omnibus is already 25 by itself.
Yeah,
including everything else. So we'll see what the insurance says. But yeah, we're it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's not in the hundreds.
Yeah, like you said, like you just said, it could have been worse. I mean, I know I pre-ordered 2 Omnis I was on the fence about at that point with the Star Wars New Republic. At that point, so you know what? Let me just click it. Those were the stores I grew up with for Star Wars, so why not?
Yeah.
I mean, all in all, I mean, 75K is a lot, but one, it's pretty easy for you to be like, yeah, this is how much it's worth, because this is a pallet of books. Here's the purchase order. Here's what it's worth.
Exactly. Because Van Omnibus by itself, we spent $56,000 just on Van Omnibus. That's how much I betted on that Omnibus selling, and it did. It sold really well.
That's crazy though too. Like, people don't realize it's kind of like it's a little bit of a gambling guessing game. Like, you got to pre-order that many books, otherwise you lose out on that business. But it's also a bit of a gamble.
Yes.
In that, if it just flops.
JP and I can tell stories about the beginnings of stuff when
Oh yeah, I would literally hit up Chris. We go on a call. We'll spend like an hour. No, I'll just message him the FOC. Yeah. We'll spend a few hours just going over what's hot, what's not, stuff like that. So it's been.
I steered you away from a couple of ones that you would have taken a bath on.
Oh yeah, that's very true. But now with Marvel being with Penguin Random House, I'm not really worried about anything ever going out of stock as soon as it comes into print, because usually they have maybe 1,000 or more copies just sitting around extra nowadays. The only thing, I guess there's not really anything I will worry about really over selling out right away besides DC books. DC books still be selling out within a month. They'll be gone.
But they've started keeping them evergreen too, which is
they started keeping them evergreen. The only thing is they have to reprint it, so it'll go out of print within the month, but then it'll come back in 3 to 4 months. Just like with Flash with Mark Waid, that's out of print. Catwoman by Brubaker, that went out of print within a month. Justice League.
I'm really surprised when I saw that just today, how I didn't realize Flash by Waid went out of print already.
I didn't know that either. That was surprising.
It's still around in distribution, but the DM went out of print actually. The DM, the DM being out of print for a while. I guess because nobody knew that the standard cover was going to be considered the DM now. So that's why.
That's a good question. What book? Oh wait, where'd it go? Clicked on the wrong one. What book did Chris?
Those were the early days.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago at least.
That was
that's 2 years ago.
That's yeah. That's definitely when Marvel was.
Some of those lesser known Marvel characters at that point. Let's just go with that. That's probably the easiest thing.
A lot of the golden and silver age ones probably too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, Deathstroke.
wanted books, but not many people like really wanted, but not many people actually.
Because again, as JP will say, like when you're dealing in bulk purchases, he'll get a bigger discount to order more. But if he's sitting on it, it's not going to do him any good.
Yeah, and it doesn't even matter. We do bulk purchases with Penguin Random House anymore. And the discount is flat out for 50%, no matter what.
Yeah.
Even if you order like a crazy ton, like $200,000 worth of inventory, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to be stuck with that many books and go underwater on it.
Yeah, that's why with Marvel books nowadays, I rather be out of stock than have too much inventory. That's why a lot of the stuff that you see come in that I'm not confident about, they'll go on back order really quick as soon as it gets released, like Conan and Knights of Pendragon and stuff like that, because I know I could get it back within a week.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are pretty patient nowadays.
Yeah, especially, I mean, Captain Britain's definitely gone on. It was a quick flash in the pan, and then it's gone more and more discount.
Oh yeah, dude, Captain Britain. I still have my cases from the very beginning when it came out. I was like, man, I never
Really
get out of it. Yeah,
jeez,
because I knew it was gonna be like a small niche of people that would want that, because it was like Omar. And
it's crazy that
crowd.
It's crazy though. You said you're talking Captain Britain, right?
Yeah, Captain Britain.
Yeah, like that was a huge whale for a long time.
Yeah,
and now it's just sitting there, and no one actually wants it.
But someone said it best in one of the Facebook groups today that Miracle Man's gonna be the same way. Mm-hmm. It's a flash in the bucket. It's going to go, and then they're going to stop, and then it's going to become a massive whale. And it's not one they're going to reprint readily at that point.
Yeah, there's going to be another like 10 years.
And then Power Pack's going to be the same way.
Yeah, it's funny because Miracle Man is already like out of stock to distribution. I think only one cover is left.
They probably didn't print many of them.
Yeah, because I didn't really order too much. The only thing I ordered big on is Spider-Man, X-Men, and the Omnibus. Yeah. Everything else is like Predator. I only ordered like 24 of each because the Predator pre-order was like kind of weak. It was like 14 and whatever it was, which I was surprised. I thought Predator was gonna pop off.
Yeah, was that a volume 2?
No, Predator's volume 1.
That was volume 1. Okay,
they've got enough for volume 2, but that's it.
Yeah. That reminds me of a question. Where is it? Oh, like you're talking about, you had 14 pre-orders and you ordered like 24. So what do you usually do, like percentage wise? It seems like you almost not quite double it.
So when it comes to pre-orders, I usually order double or triple.
Oh, double or triple. Okay.
Yeah, depends. Like if there's 10 pre-orders, I'll get like 30. If there's like 50 pre-orders, and I'll get like 100, stuff like that. I gauge it on the how much people pre-order right off FLC, because after FLC there'll be like maybe 2 or 3 a week or whatever it is until it gets released. Let me look at your order wrong here, Ryan.
Ryan wants his Miracle Man.
It's kind of funny. I got that cover in not too long ago. Now I don't know where it is because everything got flooded.
Sleeper Omni, that's good. That's been out of print. That's one of those books that's been out of print forever and is finally getting reprinted.
Yeah, so FLC basically means the new solicitation. So we get new catalogs on the 3rd Friday of every month. That's why when I say, new pre-orders are available, that's what FLC means.
And paint apps, will there be another Miracle Man out if there's Silver Age finishes? There's, depending on how many issues it's going to be at that point, being a miniseries, they could always add it in, but it may just be, oversized hardcover.
For what?
They're continuing on, like Neil Gaiman had the Silver Age when it stopped.
Oh, yeah.
So they're continuing it on right now.
Yeah.
In singles, but they want to add it to a new Omni and do an expanded edition. They could, but depending on sales for this, like you said, it may just end up being an OHC.
Okay.
Top Gun's got a
Wits. I'm trying to finish reading Rocketeer right now. Almost done.
Amazing.
So good. So good. If you guys want a really good, pulpy, fun, one-off book, this is freaking awesome. The Rocketeer, and it's got a great slipcase, deluxe edition. Super nice book. I'm almost done with that, and then I've started reading Love and Rockets. It's interesting so far. People have said that it kind of changes over time, because what's really cool about the book, the series, is that the characters age at the same, because it's been going since 84, something like 87, mid 80s. It's been going since the mid 80s, and the characters have aged along with the book, how long it's been going.
Yeah.
And it's by two brothers, the Hernandez brothers. Is that what it is? Hernandez? And each month they would switch back and forth who writes and who does the cover.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool, but I plan to do a big overview of it. There's no way I'm going to be able to read the entire thing and do a big overview, but I want to at least get one or two of the books down and then do an overview of what I've done so far and talk about, the history of it and all that kind of stuff. But it's cool so far. I'm digging it. It's not what I expected at all, but it's cool.
Okay, that's cool. I'm gonna answer some questions real quick. Top Gun, the Spawn Deluxe is coming out, I think, next week. I mean, they got fulfilled last week, so I'm pretty sure it's just a matter of time. Rose No Man's Land was not affected. The major effective books were just Vin Omnibus and Love and Rockets. Everything else you're gonna get. We just gotta find it. or we have it somewhere, but everything else you're fine, because we have plenty of stock available. The only stuff that got wet and damaged is our overstock. So our overstock, we have like over 50 of everything, so you're totally fine. Everything, all the other books are on our shelves at the top, so you're good. So the only Vin Omnibus, if you order Vin Omnibus and Love and Rockets, then it'll be a little iffy. But other than that, everybody's orders is totally fine, and we're gonna ship it out. It's just give us some time to find your stuff, because it's somewhere. What else we have here? Spawn slipcases. Did I have any other questions that I missed? No, I didn't. Descender. So we got Descenders. We got more Descenders than today. I just didn't have time to go through them. But we got more volumes 1 and 2. So if you're ordering,
IST is already out from what I saw.
Okay, then let me go buy some more. No, I'm just kidding.
Let me confirm that.
IST sold out within minutes, I think.
Yeah. And they sell out at IST, but not with me. I'm upset. My price is the exact same.
They just didn't order enough.
Yeah, probably.
I did. I did like what you said in your review of the FOC's JP, when talking about the slipcases of Spawn, like how many are at Diamond that do not get scared about FOMO. From where you're sitting at that, they've got more than enough to kind of go around, but that people are just going to jump at it to finally have them. I mean, I've already said this is a rabbit hole I'm not going to go down.
Yeah.
when it comes to this.
But how many do they have to make? Like 10 of them? Or 12?
How many are in each? How many are in each?
25 issues. I know there's like
25 issues. Okay, they're over 300 right now.
I think there's 12 hardcovers, isn't there?
No, this is the deluxe slipcase ones. There's 12 Origin hardcovers right now, and there's only 5 slipcase ones.
Okay.
So they have a while to go.
And the 5th one's the newest one. They never did 5. They've only did 4, I think, right?
Yeah, they only did 4. 5 is the newest one. And I'm just checked right now. There's still 250 of every single volume. So you guys are totally fine to wait.
Okay, so there's 5 slipcase volumes.
Yes.
Okay.
And then 12.
And let's be honest again. You not knocking people. I love the artwork of Spawn.
Yeah.
Writing of it. You're not looking for the most.
That's what I keep hearing.
It's kind of like what was it? A Wildcat with Jim Lee. You're not doing it for the writing. You're doing it because of the art.
Yeah, that's what I've been told. That's why I haven't really read it yet, even when I got it. And I did start reading this trade paperback called Last Man because I said that in my FOC video, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
I started reading it. It was actually really good. It was fun. It kind of reminded me a little bit about Cobra Kai. If you guys are fans of Cobra Kai.
Oh, I love Cobra Kai.
Because it basically takes place like at a martial arts tournament, whatever it is. And this little kid, he couldn't. Is a partner tournament, so you need to have a partner. But this little kid, his partner had too much cake or whatever and had diarrhea.
Classic.
Yeah, this older guy, like 30 years old, like super strong guy, was like, he didn't have a partner either because he came from out of town, and then so they became partners, and now they're fighting in the tournament together. It's a fun, cute story. It's cool, and the description said, if you like Invincible, you'll like this. So I was like, okay, I'll read it. I thought I was only going to read like one issue. It's like 412 pages, whatever it was, right? And I already read up to like 200. And just trying to fall asleep. So that's when it's pretty good.
Well, I'll say this with Luis's comment. Don't be afraid of FOMO. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers hardcovers. That's a whole other issue. That's Boom Studios. They they have no idea how to run anything when it comes to those. I mean, we're still waiting for. They finally started fulfilling the Kickstarters for all 5 of the issues. So I'm still waiting for reprints of year 1 and 2.
When I saw that they just remade that irredeemable collection, and they charge them extra like $8 or $10 or $20 more just for an afterward and forward. I'm like, oh man, that sounds like Boom.
Well, that's why I refuse to back anything on Kickstarter by Boom, because they're going to release it. Like same thing with Klaus. Tempting.
Yeah.
I know they're gonna. Okay, I won't get the extra frills for some of the Kickstarter, but I'll still get the book later. Yeah. I can wait.
We know Mitch will still get it anyways because he loves Klaus or Claus or whatever it was.
Klaus. I like the first book. Second book is pretty good. Third book is just totally skippable in my mind, but I love.
Fair. I'd say it's a fair assessment. I
love the first book. Second book is a lot of fun, good revisit, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't know if I'll get like that Boom collected. I just don't know that it's worth it with
not for the price. I mean, especially I know Grant and Dan Moore are pretty busy in the sense of, so even like getting a signature from them at that one of the highest tiers is like, oh God, kill them. That's a ton of money. I mean, at that point, but I mean, for those that are backing it, no more power to you. It's just I just don't like how Boom's doing it.
Yeah, after everything that happened with like Something Killed the Children, all these are like, it was just a fiasco throughout this entire year. That gave me like a little bad taste about Boom. They made great stories, I give them that, right? But the way they monetize their stories is a different thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think the last trade for Once and Future is either out this week or next week.
Oh, it's going to be done?
And yeah, it's done. So probably within the next couple of months, should hear the final volume of the deluxe edition for that.
Okay, well, that's exciting. That's pretty exciting. And Alejandro, yes, I will be mailing, like all your stuff will be mailed out when it's released. It's just this week. That's going to take a little bit, but I think next week we should be back to normal, shipping stuff out a week ahead of time. Because we always get stuff a week ahead anyways. Which is surprising because like we got like stuff 2 weeks ahead of time. We got Predator 2 weeks before it was even supposed to be released.
I remember that overview. That was quite impressive.
I was like, well, what's going on? But I think they just did that because of the holidays and stuff like that. Like they're trying to get stuff because it's just been really busy over there. Like we're getting a lot of our shipments a week later than we're supposed to with all distributors right now. So I'm pretty sure everybody's pretty behind. And I'm pretty sure David fell asleep, so don't even wait on him.
No dancing tonight. No dancing tonight.
Yeah, no dancing tonight. It smells pretty bad in the warehouse. It smells like water.
It smells like
Water. Any other questions and stuff like that? House of M, I feel like it's going to be a pretty big one.
I feel like that because a lot of those are because there's the extra, like there's the 4 hardcovers that span that, and I mean the main one's not super hard to find or expensive, but there's a couple of them in there that are. I think the Spider-Man one. I think that one's the really hard to find, expensive or something.
There was a lot of them.
Yeah. So I think that's gonna sell pretty well because people are just wanting that whole story.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty solid story.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You got a Hick Vengers question.
Okay, I was just looking at the House of M's, how much pre-orders we had. We have pre-orders. It's funny, right? It's 84.84 for both covers. So I knew it was gonna do pretty well. We did like 150 pre-orders for that one, and I'm pretty sure a lot more are gonna order when it gets released because I saw the review that Jim Min did. It looked really good. Hick Vengers, didn't it get pushed all the way to April?
Wouldn't surprise me. Book's been a year and a half in the making.
Avengers Omnibus. Avengers Omnibus got pushed. I mean, Hick Vengers Volume 1 got pushed to February 7th, 2023. Volume 2 got pushed to May 2023.
That's not too far out.
Yeah, so just one month. What did I have it on my website on? Yeah, I did say February 7th on my website too. Spawn Deluxe not yet. Spawn Deluxe will come in probably next week. Are you guys Rick Remender fans at all? Like, are you excited about the news that they with all the reprints coming out? I know a lot of people were excited for Fury Agent.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I read Fury Agent. I liked the first book a lot more than I liked the second one when they started doing like. Well, I won't go into it, but I liked it. It's one of those books I wish I had read both back to back though, because when I took a pretty long break between them, and that was not a good idea. It took me a long time, probably 2/3 of the book, to remember most of what I needed to.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I mean, how much he's just gonna re-put all that stuff back out. I mean, like you said, seven to eternity. Went as fast. It lasted in the book market for a little bit until recently. I think finally it's settling out of the book market. So
isn't it supposed to be coming back like this week, back in stock?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Because that's what it said on the timeline.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's on back order. So it's not back yet, but I'm pretty sure it's coming back very soon. No, call me Top Gun. I know you asked this question so many times, but I'm just gonna ignore you even more. No, I'm pretty sure David read Batman and Spawn. I don't know about Mitch and Chris though. Did you guys read it?
The newest one, the new issue.
I don't know.
They did a new special with. I read the new special. The newest one that just came out, not the classic one. It was interesting bringing in how they included the Court of Owls into it. It was interesting.
Okay. So. You think it's gonna be a promising series?
Well, I don't think it's. I don't. No, I think it was just one and done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
just like the original, one and done.
Yeah. So Ryan, I have a question for you. If I can't find that cover of yours, are you okay with another cover? Do you really want that Nolan cover? Because it took me so long to get that Nolan cover. We got it. I just can't find it anymore. I don't know where. It could be like floating around in the sea or something. I don't know.
I'm excited for this too. I love that book.
Yeah, I want every cover.
I've still got the original DCBS cover for Tokyo Ghost, so I'm good.
That's the one with the gun, right? That's what I have.
Yes.
That's what I have. I love that book.
Yeah, both covers are actually really good. The DCBS one is actually really cool though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get OPB variants.
I'll see what I can do, Ryan. I'll let you know.
Kill or Be Kill's gonna say that's another one that people are just gonna go FOMO on because they missed it the first time. I still got my copy, so
It was a really good book, though. It was super solid.
Yeah.
it's Brubaker. What can I say?
Yeah. It's hard to. I'm excited for that to come back.
I think one of my favorite reads for this year is actually going to be Noctera. You guys ever heard of it?
Oh yeah, I backed that Kickstarter.
Oh, they had a Kickstarter?
He had a Kickstarter. That's when he was just starting his imprint label, Black Jacket. And I actually won part of the Kickstarter. They raffled off like a 5-minute conversation with him. I was one of the winners of it, so I got to talk to Scott Snyder for 5 minutes. But no, it's a solid book. It's probably my favorite of his label.
Yeah, I'm hoping they make a deluxe hardcover or library of that. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, I think that's almost a guarantee once he gets enough.
Is it still ongoing? I mean, is it still going on right now, or is it in hiatus?
I think it's in a small hiatus right now, but I don't. It's his main title, so I don't see it like going out for too long. So.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, that's surprisingly one of my favorite reads. Like all my favorite reads are stuff that's not collected in deluxe yet. That's crazy. And Rodimus Ultimate Spider-Man is coming out January 14th. 17th, January 17th.
I have not read We Have Demons, but I've heard good stuff about that, Ryan.
And it's funny because I started reading Ultimate Spider-Man maybe like last week or whatever, and I never knew that it's the one that the Tobey Maguire movies were part of, right? Inspired from. Yeah. Yeah. Now, I'm really behind in my Marvel mythology movies and stuff like that.
It's got to happen.
Roy can make OPP variants.
Yeah, I mean, Bad Wolf Comics can make really cool custom dust jackets. I'm just saying. Probably not for you guys, though, but he makes really cool ones.
He's very impressive work. I can't lie that I'm not tempted by him.
Yeah. So Paul asked, what are your favorite reads of 2020, 2022? I'll let Mitch and Chris go first because I need to remember what I even read.
Well, so Omar from Near Mint did dropped a video today that both Chris and I are on.
Okay.
For saying what our top books of 2022 are that we read, our very top book. And I mean, there was a lot of really good books I read in this year.
Yeah.
I think what I said in the video, and I stand by it. It's the book that's really stuck with me throughout the year, and I really like. I still really like it, and I still think about it pretty often. Is Carbon and Silicon, and not just because it's Magnetic Press, but it's Matthew Bedlett. He does story and art on it. The art is just insanely good. The story is super interesting with kind of talking about, like what it is to be alive and have a soul and be human and relationships. And it spans a huge period of time for AI and all that. So it's especially now with all this AI art and all this stuff coming out, and what's real and what's not, and what should have rights and all that. It's a good piece that is just more interesting to read now than it was even earlier this year. So that's my top book.
Okay.
I'll do the books because I want people to watch the video. I'll do the book that I was going back and forth on but my other top read was Plot Holes by Sean Murphy. The Plot Holes.
That was fun.
That was he had Indiegogo'd that, and it was Sean Murphy being Sean Murphy, but taking the idea of these characters in books that basically didn't make it through revisions and stuff like that, and their job is to go into books and edit them so that they can sell, or else the book just flounders and does. It's a really weird and out there concept, but it's definitely fun. I would love to see it as an ongoing series because I think it'd be a lot of fun.
That would actually be a really cool ongoing series each week.
Doesn't that remind you a little bit of like what you were pushing me to sell so much this year, Plot Holes?
That's what I think. Mitch was pushing it a lot. I was just agreeing with him that it was a solid book, as just Sean Murphy's name alone.
Yeah, that's what.
Did you sell? You only bought what, like 5 copies?
No, I bought a case or so. I sold
10?
the majority of it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, people should definitely pick that up. And if you still have any left, those ones are signed by Shane.
Yeah.
Is it Sean?
Yeah.
Sean Gordon. I always say Shane Gordon Murphy. Sean Gordon Murphy.
Yeah.
Those ones are signed by him, and so you get the little extra out of that too. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think mine for the year, the Omnibus was actually really good by Donny Cates. I was surprised. I don't really hype Marvel up at all. Like if you were to ask me what my favorite book was, I would never say Marvel.
It's true, he won't.
Yeah, I would always say Image. So, you know, it means a lot when I say a Marvel book is up there. I have nothing against Marvel. It's just I just haven't read enough to say, wow, that was a really great story.
Everybody likes my recommendations. Just saying, people.
Gotham Central Solid again. Brubaker.
Oh yeah, it's Brubaker. It's Rucka.
Yep.
And Rucka and Eric Trotman have a new Image book coming out, which is looking super cool. And I mean, Rucka's done like Lazarus. And,
Lazarus is really great.
What's the mystery? The 4-book mystery one. I'm blanking on its name. Anyway, he's done so many good books, and he's always super good. Like he designs these huge worlds around his stories, and it's just awesome. And Eric is the co-owner of my LCS. Oh yeah. So hopefully, and so Rucka's constantly doing signings at my LCS. So I'm excited. Hopefully, I can get him on for like a quick interview or something like that with that book coming out. So so that's pretty cool. Yeah. Gotham Central is awesome. If you're gonna read one DC book, that's the book I always tell people, because it's pretty self-contained, and it kind of like it has Batman in it and all that, but it has, what the world can be even without all that, all the superheroes.
Just the concept of day shift, night shift, Gotham Central. That was a really cool way to do it. Yeah,
it's super cool. It's a great book.
So, Desitron asked for you guys, what's the most anticipated book, omnibus or collected edition for 2023 that you guys are looking forward to?
Oof.
I'm pulling up my OPB pre-orders right now.
I gotta open up OPB's page real quick.
Like, there's so much stuff coming out in 2023 though.
I would have to say right now.
I gotta sign in because I have it all.
Yeah, I know.
Saved.
I would say first up is probably Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah,
that's a solid one.
Yeah,
that would have to be right now. It was obviously supposed to come out this year, but that got massively delayed. But it's delayed for the right reason.
I think mine would be Immortal Hulk.
Okay.
Yeah, Immortal Hulk. Because I've been wondering, I have all the hardcovers, just never read it.
Yours isn't the good Asian?
It's freaking guy. Oh my gosh! Every single time.
Oh man.
Going along to Superior Spider-Man. I love that that's finally going to come out in Omni.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I'm very excited for Snow Angels, which is a Jeff Lemire book. And 8 Billion Genies. I'm really excited for that one.
That's been a solid series. That's really been good.
Yeah.
8 Billion Genies. Well, I've seen so many things about that, but I just never read it.
Yeah, that's Charles Soule and Ryan Brown, and those guys. They did. What are the 2 books called now?
Curse Words.
Curse Words and God Hates Astronauts. I think that was both of them, wasn't it?
I think that was just Ryan Brown. I don't think Soul did.
Was it just Brown?
Okay.
Yeah,
it was just Brown.
Okay. But yeah, they do really off the wall, crazy, but it's always a lot of fun.
And they just got picked up by Amazon for a series based off 8 Billion Genies.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Now I need to read it because the hardcover got solicited. So
I mean, it's basically the premise is everyone gets their own genie at once, and then the chaos ensues. So
they get one wish.
Yeah. So I imagine it's a lot like Wonder Woman, 1984, only good. Since everyone gets a wish and chaos ensues. So.
No shots fired with that. No shots fired.
Yeah, no shade thrown at all. No big deal.
Well deserved shade.
The first half of that movie, I enjoyed the first half of that movie. Then it just went off like a big old cliff. So, which is kind of my problem with DC. Love the first half, love the first 2/3, and then it just always, the last act is just always. Anyways.
I'm excited about finally getting to replace my Marvel's Omnibus with a book that actually won't break apart, despite my best efforts, my best gluing efforts.
I actually had one pretty solid one, but I sold it, unfortunately. Yeah, it was probably... funny, but it was one of those rare ones where like before I would just list it up for a crazy price and thinking it would never sell, because I put on Amazon for like $500, just why not, right? Yep. And then one day I just looked into my Amazon account, like Marvel's Omnibus sold. I'm like, what the heck? Okay, I guess I'll go with it. That's crazy.
Batman TMNT, I'm very excited for that.
Yeah.
Glad they got re-solicited.
War of Undead Gods, yes.
Is this the third time it's been solicited, or?
Yeah.
I think it's the third time.
It's not as bad as Phantom Stranger. Not as bad as
Phantom Stranger got pushed hard.
Yeah.
Deceased War of the Undead. Yeah, I think we're all just waiting for the eventual Deceased Omnibus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
House of M's. That's a good one. Secret Wars. Yeah. Miller Daredevil. Was that solicited again? Is that reprinted?
It's reprinted. I think early this coming year.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. They were putting I think both of them into one omnibus this time around.
No, it's still just gonna be. They've still got to resolicit the companion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the companions. The companion's the one that has Born Again and some of the other stuff.
Okay.
So that has not been issued a reprint yet.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Asif Spawn Origins should be coming out next week. I mean, Diamond shipped it out to us last week, so hopefully it comes in next week or this Friday. Who knows? What's it called? I'll let Chris answer Junior Son's question.
Which one is that?
Chris could give you more detail. Like, what are your thoughts on James Gunn's plans for the DC series?
Well, I would say just pay attention to his Twitter, because the Scooper Madness is getting lit up by James Gunn whenever they post sources coming from Warner Brothers Studios. At that point, he will. It may be a day or two, but he has been very active. Continue to be active on Twitter. Was I happy about, as soon as I thought I was going to get Henry Cavill back as Superman, to see that they are parting ways at that point? I wasn't happy with it, but again, he at least had the common courtesy to meet with Henry, and it's unfortunate that they announced that before James and Peter Safran came on board, because they got to be the bad guys and they're hired to do a job. And if unfortunate, not saying they probably, I agree. I think he has nothing. I think he does like Henry as an actor, but if it's not part of the plans, you got to make those tough conversations. But he's at least had that meeting, but he hasn't put out his plan. There's so much stuff that he's sniping down, but there's stuff that he's giving me hope on. You know what? I just glad that they have DC Studios now. They've needed DC Studios since the beginning, and they haven't had it. Yeah. So I'll just wait and see. And he's already had his meeting. He already says we're getting a younger Superman, not an origin story. He's already confirmed that the Green Lantern project is not dead. It is continuing on in a different form. But we're just gonna have to wait and see. But I'm just glad that we have people on the ship, and for those that say, oh, it's just going to be, fart and inappropriate humor jokes for DC, you have not seen that man do other things that you should. So, I say just wait and see.
I'm excited for it. I think it'll be interesting. I do have hesitations because most of his stuff lately has seemed very, fart humor. But I know he's got better stuff out there. And I mean, he did great with Suicide Squad. I mean, it is kind of a wacky off the wall thing anyways, but same for Guardians. But yeah, it sucked that DC's like, yeah, announce you're coming back as Superman. Also, now we're rehiring people who are overseeing the entire thing.
Yeah.
And they have a totally different vision. And yeah, so like 2 days before they come on officially, we're going to just announce that Cavill's coming back. Really? Yeah. It just goes to show how much of a mess DC has been.
It's been pretty messy.
But I mean, the thing is, like, what I like about Gunn, he does have respect for the material. He understands the material. He looks into the material. So, say, he may not have different interpretations. But I tell people, if you don't, people say, "Oh, I'm done with DC" at that point. Okay, fine. That's cool. I don't
come back in a year,
but I don't believe you. But because you're gonna want something else to talk about, but doesn't mean that you still don't have the stuff you did love with DC. If you love, like I did, Zack Snyder's work with it, you still have that product. The fact that people thought that Zack was ever going to be coming back to Warner Brothers, he's doing fine at Netflix. He's building his own universe at Netflix.
Yeah, so. That'd
be really cool. Give Ryan a Blackest Night movie. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, I liked Pattinson too. I think he was a good Batman. I think that movie could have been like an hour shorter and a lot tighter.
Yeah.
But because where it stands right now, I thought it was a really good movie. I will never watch it again. Maybe in a few years I will.
Yeah.
But I'm never going to dedicate it 3.5 hours of my life to watching that movie again because it is just so slow.
I'm still on the fence of seeing Avatar. I might see it tomorrow. I might see it Thursday. I'm still on the fence about it just because I will not argue that it is the first one was visually amazing to see, but the story was like meh. And from people that I know,
that's exactly what the second one is going to be. It's going to be visually amazing, but the story is like meh.
And I'm not interested in 3D though. That's my thing. It's just It's not. I don't know. It's so gimmicky. I'd rather just appreciate.
Avatar is one of those movies. I hate watching movies in 3D. I'll tell you that right now. I don't like watching movies in 3D because it just hurts my eyes. But it's going to be one of those things I would highly recommend if you were to watch Avatar, or if you were to watch any 3D movie, it would be Avatar. It will be because the scenery will actually be pretty good in 3D. If you don't enjoy the story, might as well just enjoy the cinematic experience and watching the visuals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was never going to see it in 3D because I've never seen an entire movie in 3D just because of that one reason, JP. I don't know if I'd be able to handle it.
Yeah, because there's so many scenes in that movie where it's just like cinematic. There's no storyline or anything. They just want to show you the visuals and stuff like that. And that's why I would recommend it.
It's a thing to James Cameron. But I mean, it literally just crossed tonight $1 billion. So I think my guys in my network, we were going in our group chat, we were really saying that Avatar shows that we don't hear much talk about Avatar in our circles.
Yeah.
Which proves that this is a general audience movie.
Yeah.
Like this, it's people from who remember the first one, people who are just interested in saying, "Oh, it's new Avatar. Let me at least check it out." And it's got legs. It's going to make close to another 100 million this coming weekend. You know?
Yeah.
So I mean, it no one can deny that James Cameron still has resonance at that point. Now, I don't know if he's going to come close to his $2 billion that he says this movie needs to make. But I mean, getting $1 billion in almost almost 2 weeks. That's
2 weeks,
pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I remember when I did that in my dreams. That's right. But yeah, so me and David are actually thinking about doing. Well, we're not thinking, but we are going to do a pop culture style podcast starting next year. We already had the mic and stuff like that. It's just the flood was a step back. But like we would like to start doing more like watching more movies and TV shows and just doing like a bros type of review. Like, you know, like, hey, this is our thoughts and stuff like that. That way we can hit another audience that's not just comic book readers and stuff. And it's just more fun for us.
Yeah.
Just reading an entire omnibus is just something I can't do at this time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of time.
Yeah, and then we're gonna poach Chris.
You're not poaching me.
You're
You're not poaching me.
Just podcasting.
We're all just finding our little niche, and like you said, it's you're getting into it for the right reason.
Yeah.
You want to have a fun conversation and talk about things that you want to enjoy. That's the exact reason to get in.
Yeah, exactly. We're just gonna talk about it and stuff like that. We're not really gonna like go dive, talk about the origins and stuff like that. It's just our thoughts. Because man, some reviews just like hardcore. They're like, you know, this is based off of this back in 1963 and stuff like that. I'm like, whoa, bro, that's too much knowledge for me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, because there's a lot of like reviews and stuff like that that I watched back in the day. Like, let's say I watched like the Avatar 2 movie, right? And I wanted to watch a review for it or something like that. And most of the time, it's just a freaking recap. They just tell you everything that happened and not their thoughts or anything about that. So I was like, okay, I guess we'll make our own.
Rodimus Prime Rib wants an OPB cooking channel.
OPB cooking channel. Dude, I don't even cook anymore. I poke holes inside my food and then I put it in the microwave and for 2 minutes, call it a day.
How about just like videos of your dogs?
Videos of my dog. I still remember the day one overview JP this year. This is a book.
This is a book.
It was probably one of your best reviews.
Yeah, most likely.
God, I remember what was it, your haul videos were just epic in the sense of like.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, those haul videos were epic. Then we had
took like an hour.
Yeah, then we have like statue haul videos too. There was this one point where I just did like 30 statues a month or something like that. That's been crazy. But it got to the point where it's just like the same books over and over in the haul videos. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. People just gonna be like, oh, you're just recycling the books you got to put another haul video.
Fine, you do your own haul video and you talk about it.
But I will never do a haul unboxing ever again. That was miserable.
Like actually unboxing them as you.
Yeah, remember that? I think that video was an hour long, and then Vicky was holding the camera. How long was it? Like an hour, and her arm was like, wasn't it hurting? It was like hurting because she was just holding the camera around the entire time.
Well, you did it the completely wrong way, unlike like Mitch or BJ that like do a box, maybe two at that point. You did like 30 boxes.
Wall. And I was like, you know, because I want to show everybody their own packaging and stuff like that. But yeah. CGC graded. I mean, I'm not gonna do any more CGC graded books yet because when I did, it was an 8-month extra delay. What's going on? Because CG, I just don't know when it's coming in. I got so many emails saying, "Hey, when's it coming in?" I was like, I don't know, because you never know how long it takes to get stuff graded. It came in eventually, but 8 months after the fact.
Yeah. Well, especially if it's CGC, it takes forever.
Yeah.
And that's what they always are.
Mm-hmm.
So. Yeah.
Chris can answer the Nick Lindsay's question pretty well.
Avatar 2. Oh. What Ant-Man comic would you recommend for the upcoming movie? Geez, that is a blind spot with me, Ant-Man. I would say, right now it's anything Kang. I mean, it's gonna be our first real look at Kang since we didn't really see Kang in Loki. We saw He Who Remains in the warnings. So, but I will continue saying what I've said since Loki. Kang is going to be more fearful and more fearsome and more devastating than Thanos ever was.
Oh. Okay.
You have no, like, there's a reason why he's considered the most deadliest foe of the Avengers.
Okay.
He is that dangerous. So, and I think Jonathan Major is perfect casting. Absolutely perfect casting.
I know nothing about King, so I'm just excited going blind.
That's probably the best thing.
Yeah, so because I know like Thanos, Infinity Gauntlet, and everything, that was pretty solid, but there's so much more powerful villains than Thanos, huh?
Well, they're going to do a better job in the sense of, like, you know, the biggest complaint, and I can't say they're wrong, is like Thanos just really wasn't built up as you know, it was just a boogeyman in the background until a couple of things. But
yeah,
I think with Kang, they're really going to do a good job of these next two phases of really focusing on.
Yeah, because he's actually getting a lot of dialogue in every single movie, especially when I saw in the Ant-Man trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really cool because you only see Thanos in the end credit scenes of all the movies. You don't. It was just like a sentence or whatever. So that's really cool.
I would say the Kang Dynasty would be the one of the best books to read.
Okay.
Of for Forsaken, the King Dynasty, and again, it's just it's part of Busiek's run of Avengers.
I like how Ryan was like, "How you did that unboxing and they didn't get a cardboard paper cut? That was impressive." Unboxing like 30, I think it was like almost 100 books that in the unboxing video. But we are an hour and 11 minutes in. Have a long ass day tomorrow.
Yeah.
So if you guys have any last questions for me, let me know. I don't know how long Mitch wants to stay on. He looks like he's
I gotta get going here in a minute. So
he looks like he's falling asleep over there. He's almost.
I definitely appreciate JP you just even coming on after the past 48 hours that you've had at that point. But I think that I think hearing what's really going on at that point and what's moving forward, I think it definitely alleviates a lot of you know, what people hear was like, oh, flooded, and seeing. I'm glad you were honest in posting the videos and stuff like that, but I think, you know, the earlier section, for those that tuned in late, of what's moving forward and things like that, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna be okay. For those who got here, you know, don't worry about your shipments and stuff like that. We're gonna get your stuff out the door. It's just a matter of finding it. The only thing we have to worry about is just the Omnibus and Love and Rockets, but you know, it doesn't take too long to get it. If you want to support us, the best way possible to support us is just to place some more pre-orders. That way we can use that money to float, you know, what's going on right now. Since your pre-orders won't even come out in like 6 months to a year anyways. So it definitely help out a lot. But yeah, all orders will be going out normally. This week will be a little bit slower, but we are still sending about 2 pallets a day, so that we're still sending out a lot of mail on top of getting rid of all the water and stuff like that going on. So we have a pretty solid staff. But yeah, and then Kevin did a GoFundMe, so if you don't want to pre-order anything and just want to donate, definitely go to the GoFundMe. I don't think I have the link anywhere because I don't even know where it is, but somebody in the community members.
Yeah, if it's in I think it's in the Discord.
Okay.
And I think it's on the OPB Facebook page.
So
you can join the Discord there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But going forward, we probably will do like more live streams like this, maybe once a month or every 2 weeks, something like that. We just got to get our schedule aligned. But we're gonna do more live streams and podcasts, whatnot. I'm not sure. You guys been lowballing me. I've been dying over here. So Omnibus, that's like $150 and it sells for like $20. I'm never coming back to Whatnot ever again. This is great.
Nick, I saw your question. Mitch was on a couple months ago, looking at I Kill Giants, and BJ Kicks was just on a month or two ago. JP's very busy, so I haven't yet gotten.
He doesn't read comics anymore.
Yeah, I can't read comics, and then Whatnot's so hard to do right now. Because holiday rush been crazy. We've been doing 10-hour days every single day, Monday to Wednesday, this entire month. So
That's awesome, though.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a good sign.
People got that OPB gift cards they got to spend.
I know, right? It's been crazy. But thanks again for everybody who's coming out. Thank you, Mitch and Chris, for spending time with us today as well, chatting up. I know you guys. I'm pretty sure you missed it, didn't you?
Oh yeah,
I did.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I did.
Mitch was asking me for a full month straight. When are we gonna go back into?
Yeah, and then we were gonna do it that 2 weeks ago, but then I got sick. So
Pony Spawn Deluxe should be coming out next week, so it's only a matter of time. They shipped it already to us. We're just waiting to receive it. So next week should be when we get the latest. Earliest maybe Friday.
biggest week of orders all spawned.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
I have not, but my documentary is really close to dropping.
Yeah.
Really close. I have an interview.
Uh-huh.
I've been waiting to get an interview with someone from the store that I've wanted for the documentary for months now. And last week they no-showed on me at the store to do the interview. But I got a whole bunch of good footage, which was great.
Yeah.
But I'm meeting with them tomorrow at noon and do that interview, and hopefully I can get everything edited in and ready by the end of the night, get the final draft out, and hopefully drop it before the end of the year. We'll see.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
we've been waiting.
It's not the end of the year, it'll be early January, but I have to get it out by the end of the year, otherwise I'm gonna go nuts. So so I guess that's kind of a comic shop tour. It's not a new comic shop, but
cool.
Yeah, it's Gabby's Olympic Cards and Comics.
Awesome.
So
awesome. We've been waiting for 2 years for you to do that video.
2 years. And then JP is going to fly me down and we're going to do a whole documentary on OPB.
Yeah, when we get our new warehouse, you can't even be in there right now because it's so tight.
Yeah. So that's that.
All right, we good? Any last remarks?
You showed up just in time.
Yeah, you could go back an hour and you get the recap. It's a long story, but you'll enjoy the story. It'll be fun. You won't get bored.
You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll be happy at the end.
Yeah, no water in the next warehouse at all. No plumbing.
No plumbing. You want to go? We got porta potties right outside.
Porta potty outside. Go sleep outside.
Porta potties and water coolers. That's it.
All right, cool. Well, thank you everybody for coming out. Appreciate your time, and we'll see you very, very soon.
See y'all
Later.